All right, Bang Bang, it's the Rundown. It is Wednesday. It's February 16th, live from Chicago, presented by NASCAR. Boys, I got to tell you something.
Let's hear it.
I'm going to the Daytona 500 this weekend.
I'm jealous.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
Yep.
Ooh, good for you.
That's it's been a bucket list kind of thing for me, so I'm fucking really.
Is this a work-related trip?
Yes, it is.
Have you been to any NASCAR-related stuff with a Spider?
No, I tried to go 2 years ago to the Vegas one with Dave, but I didn't make it because the Bears were playing.
I'll put his NASCAR knowledge up against anybody else at Barstool. It's a great experience going to a NASCAR race with
You
Spider.
went recently,
yeah, it was
right?
wonderful. It was great. Vroom.
You
It's very
loved it?
loud. It's loud.
Where did you go? Arizona?
I went to Arizona, went to Phoenix Motor Speedway.
That's awesome.
Do you have a guy that you like?
Great time.
Well, I've always naturally liked Keselowski because he's a Miller Lite guy.
Okay.
I think he just switched to Keystone though, so I,
Yeah,
I'm
friends
into-
out.
No,
Yeah.
it's in the family, but
It's
even
in the
still,
same, yeah.
Yeah, but even still, I don't think that locks me in. But
I agree.
That's what I've gravitated towards.
Okay.
But I think I need a guy, so I'm going down there. I'll see if I find a guy and whatnot. But
Yeah.
regardless, I'm just excited for the atmosphere. Like, this is the big one. So tune into the greatest race in all of motorsports, the Daytona 500, Sunday, February 20th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Listen, I mean, like we're saying, there's no better place to kick off the 2022 NASCAR season than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway with the 64th running of the annual Daytona 500. Winning the Daytona 500 compared in sports is like winning the Masters, the Super Bowl, or the gold medal in the Olympics.
So it's different for NASCAR.
Is it really that big of a deal?
Yes.
Because this is like the kickoff to their new year, I believe.
It's
Yeah,
the
I
first
think
race
so.
of the year.
Yeah, but it's like their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So this
which
is like if you're trying to hop in on
backwards.
NASCAR, like now is the time.
Yep.
Don't
This
wait.
Sunday. Yes.
I had a
Because if
couple
you
of
miss
Hill
out
Rod
on the
friends.
Daytona 500, you're a sucker and you need to be watching and following along. That's how important it is.
Who's the
Yes.
dude that everybody hates?
Denny Hamlin.
Joey Logano,
No. You guys
Kevin
would all
Harvick?
know. What's that?
Kevin Harvick.
No, my buddies liked him. They were Kevin Harvick
Harvick,
fans.
yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
They,
too.
I think it's
they,
Logano,
they
dude.
considered him.
It's not.
They called him like the Ricky Bobby or whatever.
Oh, Tony Stewart.
Maybe.
Tony Stewart's retired.
It's the
Yeah, I
guy
know
who
he's
I
done.
think he's got a brother or a guy with the same last name.
Bush?
Yeah, Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch.
Busch,
Kyle
okay.
Busch. Kyle
Yeah,
Busch.
he's the
Yes.
villain.
Luke Combs will get the party started, welcoming fans back to the track with a pre-race concert. As the music stops and the action begins, fans will be on the edge of their seats for 500 miles of heart-pounding racing action. I've watched NASCAR many times, and I really enjoy it, so excited to get to the race for the first time. Over 100,000 people will be a part of this prestigious event. The energy, the excitement, the power of being here in person will stay with you for a lifetime. This will be the debut of the next-gen race car and its first points-paying race ever following the Busch Light Clash at the LA Coliseum. Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago, so I'm not sure how that factors into the Cup and whatnot, but we got to look into it, and you got to look into it. So be sure to get in the action with the Barstool Sportsbook app as well. Tune in. The greatest race in all of motorsports, the Daytona 500, Sunday, February 20th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
They say going is a game changer for your fandom.
Yeah, I bet. That's why I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I really am. First topic of the day: Kanye West and Julia Fox have officially broken up. Carl, I know you're seaming at the brim.
Love is
you're ripping at
dead.
the seams.
Love is dead. Kanye needs a special. I actually think Kanye needs to be loved. I really do. I think he needs to be loved. This is sad to see. And the other day they were talking about like fucking Super Bowl shows for people from your hometown. We forget. I know Kanye's so fucking crazy, but we forget how good his debut is in some of those first albums and stuff.
dude.
I mean, he's so fucking good. So good.
I don't know if people do forget because that's what we still hold on to when
Yeah.
he goes so like crazy.
I don't think people are holding on to anything. As soon as I'm done talking, Chief's going to talk about how much he hates Kanye. Go ahead.
No, I mean it's. I think I've had it for a while, but Kanye fatigue.
Yeah.
And I heard snippets on TikTok that were 15 seconds long of this girl Julia Fox talking to Alex Cooper, and that 15 seconds gave me fatigue of Julia Fox too. Like,
That's
it was
all you
ju-
needed?
Yeah, it was like she was like I've been different people's muses while they're working on different projects, like basically being like, yeah, like I'm the reason that like Dunda happened, and I'm the reason that Righteous Gems, no,
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, Righteous Gemstones, good show. Yeah, like I'm like, basically being like I contributed to those by just being around those guys and being hot.
No, you didn't.
Right. So
No, you didn't.
So I found her to be rather obnoxious, at least in that short clip. And yeah, I guess I'm just.
You would have broken up with her too?
I think she broke up with him.
But
right?
you would have been out on the relationship too?
I think I'm out on anything regarding either one of them.
If she was like, "Hey, Chief," you'd remember you're like, "Nah, I didn't like you on.
Yeah,
I didn't like you with Alex."
I think I'm like she said she was dating Kanye for the clout. Yeah, you know me, I'm a romantic. That's
You don't
not
want
my
that
scene.
Chief clout? Come to Vegas for the
Chief
spin
clout?
chick.
Okay.
The spin
I would
chick
love a
clout.
chick to date me or bang me for the clout.
You don't think that's ever happened?
I mean, isn't
No.
that
Why
every
would
It's 1,000% happened.
What are you talking about?
Scout
Look at
seats
me.
girls?
What?
That's definitely happened.
That's the second time you've brought up scout seats in the last week, and it's
Me?
odd.
That's the first time. Ed brought it up the other
Yeah, I
time.
brought it
All
up.
right. Well, it's been brought up. I don't know why it keeps getting brought up, but that's like, get over yourself, bitch. I hate this girl. She is so fucking overconfident because she's the one who broke up with Kanye West, and she thinks she's some fucking. She's got a god complex worse than Kanye West does because of this, and
That's
he's
an
got as
interesting take.
good a big a god complex as there is. I hate her, and I'm out on him too.
Which
I'm out
one
on
do you
him.
dislike more?
I mean, she doesn't do anything. He at least puts out good music. Donda is what it is. If you like it, you like it. I didn't really like it, but
I mean, she was really, really good in Uncut Gems.
fuck out of my face.
What does that mean?
She
When
was
you say
very-
she was really good, like
you
what
know,
do
I
mean?
think you know what I mean.
But you,
I think you know what I mean. However, I was surprised to see that that's really all that I know that she's done. She's done
Yeah.
Yeah.
a couple other films, but I've never heard of them. But No Sudden Move, maybe that's a big one. I had Ray Liotta in it, but I don't know. Whatever. Regardless, quite an
out of my
ivory
face.
tower from someone who.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
I hate those people.
However, but for her to build a brand off of that, you got to tip your cap.
oh really?
but
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you tip your cap to that.
See,
Ed.
okay, if you want to go that
I mean,
route,
she's
then
she's
You like Lil
literally-
Kim too?
I like Lil Kim.
Uh,
She's
I
good.
don't know him. But if you want to go that route, then I reserve the right to call you out on going that route and being like you're a
Totally,
fucking asshole and I
totally,
hate your guts.
Totally.
So that's the
But I think
penance you
Kanye
pay.
was in on it too. Like he's
Oh,
like, hey,
yeah, I'm
like,
sure
let's
he is.
blow
He's
this up.
always doing
so
something
it's,
weird.
It's people using each other for clout.
Yeah.
Like that's Hollywood stars do it all the time, and
Yep.
it's just like, hey, this will be good for our brand.
There are stories where the PR teams get together and be like, our clients should date.
Haven't you ever watched
Yes.
Entourage? Mandy Moore and Vinny?
Yeah,
They were in
that's, You know,
I
it's
don't
not
know about
rocket
that.
science, but we'll see. Julia, I mean, their story is just starting, so I feel like she's not going anywhere. So we're gonna have
We're
formulating.
gonna be talking about her again, which sucks.
We're gonna have formulating opinions on her, I believe.
Fuck her.
Next topic here, Charles Barkley. He claims that he's going to retire in 2 years after his contract expires because he doesn't want to be sitting over by Shaq's fat ass waiting for him to drop dead. White Sox Dave, we'll start with you.
I didn't really understand his quote. Did he word that weird? Was he talking about Shaq dying or him dying?
Charles is going to retire because he doesn't want to work with Shaq anymore.
Because I didn't see the video. Or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got it. It's. I don't know. I get sick of working with you guys. I don't want to die sitting next to Chief's fat ass all day. That's fair, and I'm sure that's reciprocated.
Yeah, it's kind of rude. I wouldn't have said that.
But you agree?
Yeah, I'm excited for
I'm just joking,
the Coley. No, you're not. I'm excited for the Coley Barkley collab on Barstool. I feel like that's coming. So now once his contract's up, you can just Dave.
I don't know about that, buddy.
You don't think
Dude,
you don't think Dave will reach out?
Dude,
Hasn't he reached
you
out?
know how much they're paying him, dude?
But if he's not going to work at TNT,
We've
out.
repeatedly said we can't pay these people that much money. Barkley's making probably at least
what do you think?
but he
upwards
wants to.
of $10 million a year.
Yeah,
more,
but
I
he's
think.
going to retire. So how many people are lining up to pay him $10 million a year? If he's not getting it from TNT to be a part of that Emmy-winning show,
I mean,
he's going to
Spotify just paid Joe. I don't know.
Yeah, but he had an existing show. I want Coley and Barkley on a podcast. That's all I want. We need an NBA show.
All right.
I mean,
Give
it's
him a rev share
it's-
deal.
I like the idea. I think Barkley can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. He's been on TNT longer than he was playing in the league, and now I'm just thinking about the Super Bowl coverage. McVay's retiring to go in the booth, right? He should.
You think so?
The booth in the studio is the all-time cupcake job. That's the best job in the universe. Go in the booth. What are you looking at?
Barkley makes 1.5 million.
How much?
Oh, really?
Oh, that's not even-
1.5.
There was rumors
What?
of him making like 30.
I would have sworn he makes way more.
I would have put the number at 5, but that would have just me been
1.5,
throwing
no
numbers
way.
out.
I could have swore there was something that came out. He made
What?
like,
That's honestly
That's
not
like you have gambling
that
debts and
much
you still
money.
have the job.
fuck no. I mean, if it's 1.5, then yeah.
Couple of pen options.
Sign him up tomorrow.
Rev share deal.
It's actually from an article this past December where he's complaining that he got cheated out of like $100 million.
Oh,
So
really?
apparently he's complaining.
I
about
mean,
this.
he could make a podcast that he puts out once a week and probably make that on his own, right?
Totally. But I think he makes more than 1.5.
I'm thinking that's wrong.
Yeah, I'm thinking
too.
that's wrong.
Would you tune into a
That
Charles
seems
Barkley podcast?
really
Ed?
low.
So here's my thing. Here's my take on this. Obviously, he's probably saying this in jest, maybe to
Yeah.
a little maneuvering.
Yeah. He does
And
that.
he's obviously ripping on Shaq a little bit. I think Charles Barkley, and you may laugh at this, is like one of the more important voices on television today.
I don't disagree at
I
all.
truly do.
Yep.
I truly, truly do. I really value what that guy says. I think, big issues, comedic issues, I think he is typically pretty spot on.
Yeah.
And I truly, genuinely, really, really enjoy him. So if there's a day, and if it's coming soon, that he's not going to be broadcasting to us, I think we're going to miss out as a
Big
society.
Time. Yeah. I'd love to see him really let it rip, like on a live stream with gambling too. I think watching him gamble
yeah.
would be electric.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what.
Get
that's
Portnoy's wheel spinning a little bit.
dude, we've talked about it many times in the show.
Yeah.
It's like his dream hire, but
Right.
it's just like it's so.
Which is why I said it.
I also don't think Coley would ever do another NBA podcast. I think that's a thing.
You think
too.
he'd turn on a thing with Charles
It's a
Barkley?
good question.
There's
It's a good
no
question.
way. Why would Coley do that?
Because of Trill.
Yeah, I mean, he said after that he was done.
Loyalty? I respect that.
But regardless,
Oh.
it's not that it's a bad idea, but
I think it'd be a great show.
I agree. I think it'd be
Yeah.
awesome. I think it'd be hilarious. All right, next topic here: the Ohio mayor. He's a mayor of a Cleveland suburb. He resigned after a statement saying that ice fishing could lead to prostitution. He blamed the media for negative headlines. Chief, negative headlines.
The quote, like I was like, maybe, I saw the headline and then I saw his response and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back and like, maybe it was taken out of context. Wrong. It was like, he basically was just like, if we have ice fishing, then people are going to build those shanties. And you know what always comes with shanties? Hookers and prostitution. And it's just like, so you think that prostitutes are going to be in winter out on the middle of this lake running a prostitution ring in a shanty? That's basically what this guy said. It was preposterous. And you look around, it was at like some city hall meeting where they have those big, people kind of, he's sitting in the middle and he's got like the panel around him. And the guy immediately next to him was like, gave him like a head tilt, like a dog, like one of these, like, what? And then like the room was dead silent. And the guy just patted him on the shoulder, being like, I don't think you have to worry. So it's like, so you're out on shanties. He's like, yeah. But it was like, you just have to retire. Like, he's an old guy. You make a comment like that, you just got to go away.
I mean,
David.
You just got to hang him up. You just got to hang him up, like Chief said. I don't like. I did see the video for this one. Do you guys remember a couple years ago? I think Chaps posted it. It was an Australian dude.
Uncle Chaps?
Uncle Chaps, yeah. It was a video of an Australian dude. He was talking about how Australia was legalizing gay marriage. And then all of a sudden, he just like went straight face. And he's like, but we got to take care of these blimey crocodiles in South Wales or whatever. And it was just a complete tangent. And everyone's like,
Crocodiles are a big problem. They're a menace.
they're a menace to society.
Yeah.
I guess these hookers out on Lake Michigan in the middle
Yep.
of winter, Lake Mendota or whatever.
It was in Ohio?
It was in Ohio. Like, that guy, Hudson, Ohio, that guy could have said, like, anything after shanties.
Anything at all.
And it would have made more sense than prostitution. Like, literally.
It was just the most wild tangent of all time.
And what do you guys
Carl.
know about ice fishing?
Nothing.
I've been once.
And you think hookers are seasonal? That's a seasonal occupation? You think it gets too cold for hookers? You think there are guys that are like, I don't want to fuck
I've never
anybody,
been
it's
ice
too
fishing,
cold
but I'll
outside.
answer that question. Yes, I don't think hookers are on lakes, turning tricks for fucking 60-year-old dudes hanging poles
You think
into
the type of guy who's like cutting a hole in the lake and then gonna sit around that hole with a rod?
Thinking about holes.
Like, that's a guy that's exactly why hookers exist. It's for guys like that. I bet the data's on the mayor's side. The mayor's just not sitting there being like, ice shanties. I know he said that. But he had a greater point in his mind that he was trying to get to where I'm sure prostitution's overrun a bunch of popular ice fishing communities in Minnesota. I bet it's a problem with Minnesota local law enforcement that landed 10,000
Well,
lakes.
that's what he said. Well, and then he's like, and then you got the sheriff involved. And what about that?
Yeah, and now we're because of ice fishing, the money that you're going to make off ice fishing is going to be drastically outweighed because what you're going to do is you're going to empower local law enforcement to get their hands on the budget to compromise and combat all these hookers on the ice.
Yep.
I mean, for me, hilarious clip.
Yeah, it's
Unbelievable.
Like I sat there
yeah.
waiting, and I was like, "All right, where's he going?" And then he just turns on a dime.
It was his brain short circuited.
And I don't know. First thing, I don't think he should have been fired. I think this is like
No, he resigned.
He
I
was he
think.
resigned.
Yeah.
This is such like a maybe it's like a cliche movie thing, but it's like the daughter who like leaves her plate out and doesn't put it in the washing machine, and the mom's like, "Next, you're gonna be pregnant." You know what I mean? Like it's just like a
Slippery
stupid,
slope.
like-
Slippery slope.
Exactly. Like he just lost himself a little bit.
Yeah.
I think he just lost himself a little bit. But him saying that he was blaming there was negative headlines were the reason. No, dude, you pretty much said what you said.
Verbatim.
Yeah.
Verbatim. He was
Yeah.
like, that fucking Dante cost me my job.
Yeah, and listen, also too, to Carl's point, if there's lot lizards, which you know what a lot lizard is, right?
Well, maybe people at home don't.
Well, a lot lizard is, like the trucking, when,
Yeah.
when you're
Yeah,
pulling
yeah,
off
yeah.
like I-57, and
Yep.
they're all there. There's girls, women who are prostitutes, like a lot lizards, and they're hopping in the trucks. It could be some shanty
Some shanty lizards.
slickers.
He
Like,
might-
I don't know.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
But
Like, it
it's,
could be-
he articulated his point, and as someone who can never articulate anything well, I understand for him. I feel for him.
You understand
I
for him.
empathize, but he just worded it.
That's why I'm
unbelievable. But I
surprised.
wouldn't
I
be
just think
surprised
there's-
at the
yeah.
same time where maybe a bunch of hookers have been.
Thank you.
Who would think that there's a hooker ring on a fucking middle of a lake ice fishing?
Only takes one dead hooker to bring down a small town like that.
That's all it takes.
Facts.
Get that rolled up carpet, Ed.
Facts.
Just dump her in the hole.
That's true.
Guys,
Fish food.
what that
This isn't Sopranos.
it was.
I don't know what goes on.
Last topic here.
Hey, it's in their line of work.
If you do call it,
Occupational
and something
hazard.
bad goes wrong, call the police. Don't dump her in a hole.
Well, you saying get the carpet. Like, what do you need a carpet for?
You don't. Not if you're in the middle of a lake.
Right.
All you need is some cinder blocks, chains, and a hole.
Last topic. The Queen is making her own ketchup. Dave, you wrote the blog, so I'll give it to you.
You really want to go down this route, Ed?
What's the road?
I mean, hot dogs. We're talking hot dogs. You didn't read
What
my
does
blog, did
ketchup
you?
have to do with hot dogs? That's what
I can't
he
wait
took
to-
the story and made the blog just
About-
about like he posted the YouTube
Oh,
of us
okay.
arguing about hot
All right.
dogs and
I can't wait to throw on some Queens Ketchup onto a nice Vienna beef hot dog.
I've never had a problem with ketchup and hot dogs.
No, I said it in the blog.
I've
It's
never
the
said
fucking
that.
dumbest tradition Chicago has on earth. If you want to put ketchup on a hot dog, go do it. Like,
And that's coming from the
I don't do it.
from the
typically.
ultimate ruler, the expert. That's
No, you're.
It's all settled.
No, this is
the
everybody's
gavel.
shit. Is like, oh my god, he puts ketchup on a hot dog. One, I don't. If I have a plain hot dog, I will. If I have like a full array of condiments for a typical Chicago dog, I won't put ketchup on. But if it's just meat and bun, then ketchup's going on it. But the people that lose their minds when they see it are just like,
Well, let's keep it to the Queen.
Fucking
We've
what?
talked about this ad nauseum.
I'm
so.
shocked that this is their first, major branding thing besides actual money. Like, I would slap, if I was the Queen, I'd put my face on fucking everything. She probably saw that Spotify money that Harry and, what's her face got?
Meghan?
Meghan Markle got that huge, what did they get, like $30 million or something like that?
fuck ton,
So-
yeah.
So she's like, you know what? We should start leveraging our brand as Royals, ketchup. And that was,
yeah, what if
that
there's
was-
little gold flakes in there or something?
Ketchup plays too. Buckingham Palace. They got the gift shops around there. They're fucking faces on everything. You get like a pillow. You can get like a little fucking
Oh,
spoon.
yeah?
All
Is that right?
But from purposes of like large scale licensing and
Distribution,
sales. And
yeah.
Now ketchup plays long shelf life. Everybody needs a bottle in the fridge.
She
That's a
also,
great
she
question.
also
I would-
has a long shelf life. She's synonymous
Our ketchup lasts as
Platinum
long as the
Jubilee.
old lady does.
Platinum Jubilee.
So good for her.
70 years.
I would like to be in the room when they're sitting around. They were doing the big board strategy, and they were like, "All right, we're not doing mustard. Fuck mustard. Like, what about it tea? Like, people are too serious about their tea.
It was
you
a
think
bunch
she
of
has
stuff
a
they're
good
doing.
ketchup.
Do you think she's been using like her own homemade ketchup recipe for like 60 years? Like, oh, grandma's
I hope
ketchup?
so. 'cause
She
that's
probably
my
doesn't
point
know that
here.
ketchup comes in a bottle. She probably doesn't.
She just has it with a
She's probably
spoon.
just like, yeah, it comes in a
Don't they
little
load
white dish.
mayonnaise on everything over there?
I don't know.
That's my point here. Is I hope she does have a recipe
Me
here
too.
because I hate people just slapping shit on shit. You know,
Yeah.
Like-
if they're getting paid, then
But give me an
I'd sell
example,
out.
Ed. What grinds your gears?
like I like that Snoop Dogg's making hot dog story. Like I hope Snoop like at least cares about hot dogs.
I think he does. Haven't you ever seen like? I think he likes to like. Have you? I think it was Cribs or something. He's got like a man cave where he's got his own grill. It's like in the
that's good to
backyard of the
know.
house, and it's just like
good to
no
know.
one, none of the family, none of the kids are allowed in here. This
Like
is my space.
I just hate like the
So we might have
like
our
the
own hot
super
dog.
super blatantly disingenuous shit. Like
You know
Tom
who's the
Brady
worst
and
at it,
Subway.
what about big?
Yeah.
What
Tom-
about Frank
you
Thomas?
know who's the worst at it?
Frank Thomas's beer?
Who?
Ditka. He puts his name on
Well,
fucking
that's
everything.
Likes
different.
that
Ditka's a
salsa.
whore.
Yeah.
Like Brady and Subway is like.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you haven't
he's not
had
eating
a
Subway.
You haven't had gluten in 15
Yeah,
years. Yeah.
that's like where it's like, come on.
Yeah, but it's not like Tom Brady launched his own.
Yeah, so it's a little
sub-store.
different.
He's just like
It's a little
holding the
different.
fucking sandwich, like, hey, it's turkey. I eat
Did
turkey.
anyone ever find out what his number is that he got for that Subway deal? Because it does like fly in the face of all the TB12 stuff. It's like
Oh, big time.
polar opposite.
Big time.
Of what he preaches and has been trying to sell.
But and that's also on Subway. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's Tom Brady.
But everybody knows.
Do they?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, not no.
Not
no.
the people that are going to Subway
No.
for lunch.
Who do you think would be a better representation of Subway?
Not even that. Like, there's a bad representation. It's just not Tom Brady who's sitting here and preaching that
Yeah.
he
So
doesn't
who's
eat tomatoes.
synonymous? Like, is Eli? Eli a better face?
Sure,
Yeah,
sure,
okay.
whatever. You know,
Yeah, he's
Subways
kind of
are.
fat
Josh
and, like,
Allen.
dad bod.
Josh Allen eats Subway. Josh
Yeah.
Josh
Yeah.
Allen's probably a huge.
Yeah.
What was
Probably not a lot of big time
BMT.
restaurants in
Taylor
Wyoming.
BMT.
Yep.
Can I get oil and vinegar on
Who's like a country. Yeah, he's per Wyoming. Like, because
Yeah.
Subways are everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you got like this little smallest town. You got a
Roethlisberger
fucking
would be
Subway.
good for that too. I feel like
You think so? No.
Isn't Mahomes one of their faces now, too?
they got everything.
They had
What
a
about
bunch. They had
Phil
Belichick.
Rivers? He's just feeding his kids. He's got the party stuff. He's like, so you just fucking.
He's got the 6 footer.
Yeah.
He's just
the
throwing.
six-footer.
He's just throwing footlongs in the backyard to his kids.
All right. Anybody got anything for the after show?
I don't know if they sponsor us, but I do not endorse Subway, and I want to go.
Really?
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't
napkins
shame
on
though.
the
I don't
floor
like
there,
people
Ed.
that shame. If I was eating a Subway and you guys came in, I
Everyone
wouldn't
had
be.
their day. Like, it's fine. Like, you
Yeah,
know.
but if
it's
you guys
fine.
came in, and were like, oh, look at this fucking idiot. I wouldn't like that.
The only fast food chain that I will like eat and be completely content with it, and there are others out there, I'm sure, but Potbelly's the one where I'm like, I'll eat Potbelly right now.
And that's like even like a smaller one, I feel. So you're just saying Subways?
I think I like Jersey Mike's the best out of them.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard Jersey Mike's is good. I don't know if I've ever had it though, but like I won't eat Subway.
And I'm
Unless I'm,
I'm
like,
compromised
fucking
by
really,
Grazi.
really
I
into
can't, I
it.
can't even eat any of this stuff without feeling
Buy a
like
beef kit on the desk right here. TasteRealChicago.com.
Yeah. a lot of Super Bowl beefs I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, a ton of them.
Yeah.
That's the most I've.
I like
ever seen
Jimmy
them.
John's. The fucking sub chain
That was
market
my
is
first
insane now.
Yeah.
Penn Station. There's so many.
Yeah, it's good.
There's so many.
It's a we'll look back on this time period as a peak for the cold cut industry.
Yes.
I don't know. Quiznos died.
They're still alive, but they're
They're clinging on.
still
to,
alive, but I'm barely breathing. You know, that
I
song?
think they got beat by Potbelly's, and they were the two hot
Their
subs.
sandwiches
I like-
were too
that's-
diagonal. It
That's
was
my
too
thing.
Sharp.
Like
You know,
Do you
I
guys
was
remember Schlotzsky's
biting
Deli?
into a rhombus.
I do.
Schlotzsky's was good.
Was that an actual chain though?
Oh yeah.
Like national chain?
Yeah.
was it?
Definitely.
Okay.
It's good.
You don't believe him.
I believe
They used
them.
to
It's
have like
I didn't.
round bread. I remember that.
Did they?
Yeah.
What
All right,
else,
then.
Ed?
No, I think that's it. That's the
No,
rundown.
you got something on your mind, Dad.
There was something. I
You're
felt
noodling.
it. They felt it too.
Your new
I
one.
swear I didn't have anything. I think this is the first time, but that's fine. We had a good rundown. It was nice. It was fun.
Would you eat the Queens Ketchup on a hot dog?
That's it. That's what I was going to ask you.
I don't like ketchup.
At all?
At
No.
all? No.
Oh,
not
dude.
Even for, not even
I
for
never
fries?
have.
On French
No,
fries,
I never
I will
have.
have mostly ketchup and some French fry.
I don't like
I'll
ketchup.
scoop it up like
Not a fan.
Catsup.
And is that taste or just? And I know you said earlier you don't care, but is that taste or duty? Like, do you feel an obligation not to like?
Oh
ketchup?
no, it's just a taste thing. Like I could, and also like especially when it's cold, I get thrown off. You know.
I kind of like it cold.
I
Do
know,
you?
Yeah.
What about?
And then you got this. It's super sugary, so it combats.
Is
the
it just a?
salty
Is it
from the
all
fries.
tomato? Like, are you fine with marinara?
Oh, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
way different though. I know
It
it's
is,
the
but, like,
exact
here's
same
the thing,
thing.
But
I
it's
love-
tomato based.
I love barbecue sauce, and that's heavy ketchup based.
See,
Yeah.
barbecue sauce to me, I think I'd rather make it myself than
I'm
buy,
just
like,
not a
Sweet
big
Baby
condiment
Ray's.
guy in general.
Yeah.
I don't really love condiments.
You like au naturel?
Most of the time, yeah.
How do you eat your burgers?
Preferably it would be cheese, bacon, and barbecue sauce.
That's it.
That'd be preference.
Wow.
Yeah, that's probably like the idea, like a southwestern kind of
Yeah.
thing. That would probably be my favorite.
I go ketchup on burger
Do you?
100% of the
I'm
time.
craving a burger now, guys. This is good. This is good proactive.
7
stuff
a.m.
here.
Carl will be out in the grill.
See me
Keep
there.
your eyes out.
I can't wait to get a grill.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next Wednesday, and there'll be a rundown tomorrow. So watch that one. See ya.